Washington Commanders, man. And
Yeah.
they they were definitely a surprise team this year. I remember we were all making our predictions, and I thought that they were going to be pretty good. I thought that Jaden Daniels was going to be really damn good. I didn't expect this one, and if anybody said that they really expected it, besides being a diehard fan, they were full of crap, and no one ever saw this team coming out. They did. They were pretty damn close to knocking off those Eagles to go to the Super Bowl. If they would have done that, Jaden Daniels might have went down as the greatest rookie season of all time if he were able to pull that one off. But if you need to go back to the season, the Washington Commanders finished at a record of 12-5. They also finished the year at 215.6 passing yards, 154.1 rushing yards, which was third in the league. 28.5 points for, which was fifth in the league. Points against, 23, even at 18th in the league. Forgot to say it before, but the passing yards was 17th in the league. All right, BC, you're up first right now. You're up on top, man. Wow, Washington, what a season it was for them, man. What's your thoughts on them?
No, I don't think that there's really anything else that we can say other than biggest shock of the season. Obviously we knew Jaden Daniels was going to be, I thought he was going to be the best rookie in the draft class. I don't know about anybody else, just his athleticism that he had, his skill, his ability, and then just the way the team kind of molded around him, kind of came around him, and just they all unified together, especially after the week 1 loss in Tampa. They surprised the heck out of me. I was not expecting, and they still have holes, don't get me wrong. The defense still has some holes in the secondary for sure. But they were able to plug those this past season, and Trey Amos in the draft. In the draft. And then but just on top of that too, the way that they play together, they were able to get some revenge on the Bucs in the postseason game. They grew up quick. So that's where I think that a lot of those players gelled together, matured together. And then just in the offseason, being able to bring in several players like Deebo Samuel, Michael Gallup, Nate Herbig, just really solidifying certain positions on offense, trying to fill in defense as well. And then just a little trivia, because, being Bucs fan, everything, former Buck Matt Gay, highest paid kicker in the NFL. Now they've got him on the team. Obviously, kicking almost cost them a shot at moving on to the next round in the postseason. So showing up that with a certified Pro Bowl talent there will help. They've made all the right moves, and now it's just going from 12-5 and taking the next step in wildcard berth, and taking the next step to division champion and upsetting the Eagles.
Yeah, and before you go real quick, G-Mike, too, you can't forget who they also made the trade for as well. But you already mentioned Deebo Samuel, but they also got Laremy Tunsil as well coming in over there, man. So that's a major move. And Laremy Tunsil's a great tackle that's going to really affect that line for him and really help out. And he's a veteran that knows how to play. And Jaden Daniels seems like a very receptive, coachable player that wants to learn and always get better. So I think having a veteran that's been around the league for a long time, that's played with some real talent, that's going to help him out. G-Mike, man, you're up, man. I know it's not your Cowboys, but still.
I like the moves that they did on offense for sure. I think they've improved on the receiver side, the offensive line side. Jaden Daniels is going to keep on getting better and better. You could tell that he's an intelligent quarterback. The reason why he won Heisman, there's a reason why he got his team to the NFC Conference Finals and NFC Conference Championship. I'm sorry, and I'm not worried about their offense at all, right? But when I look at their defense, it's like, to me, they didn't get any better, and that was their problem throughout the season and in the postseason. I'm looking at the postseason stats here: 531 rushing yards their opponents had, 767 passing yards their opponents had. Their opponents had 5 sacks; they only had 4 sacks. Their opponents had 14 touchdowns. They only had 10 touchdowns. Obviously, that's with the offense. But if your defense is not helping out your offense to work, right, you're just gonna think that, okay, our offense is gonna shoot it out with their offense, and we'll see who wins at the end of the game, like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Hawks are what they were doing all season. If you got defense like that, you can't really expect to get back to where you were. Their defense didn't improve, so I don't expect for them to get back to the NFC Championship game, honestly. Maybe wild card, because I do believe that their offense is that capable, but teams are going to know how Jaden Daniels is going to play now. Again, he is an intelligent quarterback, but defenses are also intelligent as well as a whole. So they're gonna know how he's gonna play. They're gonna see more of his tendencies and stuff like that. And when you got a team that is not good at running the ball at all, it's gonna be tough for Jaden to really do as much work as he was his rookie season with all the knowledge that the defenses are gonna know with him. So I think they need to improve more on their rushing attack, and they need to improve on their defense when it comes to passing and rushing for sure.
Yeah, no, and it's not great whenever your quarterback is your leading rusher on the team with 891 yards. So I think they should have addressed that a little bit more. Something I think that is a big question right now for the Washington Commanders is Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin is pretty upset with the team at the moment. He wants to get paid, which he rightfully so. Terry McLaurin coming off his best season, had 1,096 yards. He was their main weapon on offense besides Jaden Daniels. Hasn't really shown up to camp and has made it pretty clear that he wants to get paid. Terry McLaurin, I think, deserves to get paid. He's been a loyal guy for the pretty much his entire career, and he's getting at that age where I think he sees the writing on the wall that this is probably going to be his last major contract. So I think they need to figure that out before this goes any further. They did pick up Deebo Samuel, like we were saying as well, but let's face it, Deebo Samuel, the way his style of play, he's constantly been hurt in his entire career. He hardly ever finishes the season if he ever has at all, really. So I think it's extremely important, especially for the development of Jaden Daniels, to have his dominant number one wide receiver. Let's face it, too. You got Zach Ertz, who isn't getting any younger, still put up some really good numbers for his age for a tight end. They got Ben Sinnott there as well. But having said that, you want Terry McLaurin in the room. Terry McLaurin is one of their unquestioned leaders. If you see any kind of social media posts or anything like that of the Commanders, it's almost always Terry McLaurin has something to do with it, or he's giving the locker room speech. He's your rah-rah guy, and he keeps the gel together, and he keeps the team together. So I think that the Commanders need to figure that out with him, get him paid, even if it's a short, large-term contract, of 2 to 3 years, because he is reaching 30, I believe, this season. So if you want to get him to 33, but giving the man his money, he's helped out the team as well, and he just has coming off his best career year. So there should be no reason why I don't feel like that he shouldn't be getting paid. Now, he's not going to get paid like Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, but make him fourth or fifth best guy. Show the man some respect, man. Give him a high money, short-term deal. I think that's what they need to do for him to make sure that's squared up, because you don't want to see that guy walk out, and you don't want to see him play in front of another team as well.
No, if they let him go, they're going to digress 100%.
Yeah.
I totally agree. So I think that Terry McLaurin is extremely important. Now, I'm excited to see what this would look like, too, with Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel. They're a little bit different type of guys. Deebo is such power, such aggression, and Terry McLaurin's one of the finesse, the route runner. Terry McLaurin's one of the
crazy hands.
Yeah, he's great wide receiver. So I think that's going to be an interesting dynamic duo. I would love to see them possibly get maybe a number 3 as far as wide receiver, or even maybe like an Amari Cooper that's out there, something like that. Maybe another veteran. Amari Cooper's not raising the needle anymore, but I think if you add Amari Cooper to that offense, I think that'd be pretty something to mess with there too. So I'd like to see Washington maybe get one more wide receiver, at least for Jaden Daniels. But Zach Ertz is still playing pretty well as well. So I think Washington's heading in the right direction. I just think they have a little bit more holes. And I don't, like you, I kind of agree with what you're saying. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to see them going back to the NFC Championship game. I think that they blew away expectations. Pretty much everybody's expectations in that aspect. I can see them definitely being a playoff team or being very much in contention, but I think it's going to be a little bit difficult. I think they're about a year or two early for their expectations where they're at. I think they're 1 or 2 players away from being actually legitimately elite. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think they're an exciting team though. It's awesome whenever you have a rookie come in that can do what Jaden Daniels did and really show the fact that he could be one of the faces of the league here in a couple of years. So shout out to Jaden Daniels and the Commanders. I love Dan Quinn out there. Happy that he got a second chance at coaching, and it seems like it worked out pretty well. Everybody seems to like him out there, and Cliff Kingsbury seems like he's doing pretty well with him as well. So I think the Commanders are going to be fun to watch.